As the days get cooler, it's time to heat things up in the kitchen with a little bit of chili and a little bit of south of the border cooking. Karen O'Brien from Reinventing Dinner is here. Karen, thanks so much for coming in.
Thank you so much for having me. I'm psyched to be here.
What are we going to whip up today?
We are making my favorite enchiladas recipe today.
Okay.
And just a little bit of background on Reinventing Dinner. It's my new cookbook and healthy eating blog. It can be found at reinventingdinner.com and on Facebook. And the recipe that we're doing here today is you can download for free on my website, so you should check it out.
And you said, it's your cookbook, but it's actually an e-cookbook. So you can, for all those people who have netbooks and laptops and iPhones that they set up in the kitchen, they can have the recipe right at hand.
Exactly. It's more environmentally friendly, I find. You can just print out what you need.
All right. We've already got something here on the stove. What's in this mix?
Well, that is our step 2. First, we're gonna what we're gonna do is talk about our ingredients that are going in there, and then we're going to put them in the sauce, if that's okay. I'm going to create the sauce. Okay, very cool. All right, my enchiladas, just basically, you have to understand 2 things about my cooking, Ori. One thing is it's delicious, healthy, and economical. Okay. And the other thing you need to know about me is I'm on a mission, and my mission is to create better eating habits for America. And so basically, this dish is just in line with that, because we have something that is a traditional Mexican favorite, generally cheese-laden, but this time it's going to be healthy, it's going to be tasty, and we're going to be able to incorporate our fresh corn from our local farmers market.
Excellent. This is not your average run for the border.
Exactly.
All right.
Much tastier.
Yes.
And so what we have done here to start up these bad boys is I have steamed the fresh sweet corn. I've taken it off the cob and I've put it in here. I've also poached the chicken in a mix of great ingredients that have infused this incredible southwestern flavor. Let the chicken cool, and then I shredded it up with 2 forks and put it in there. Okay. We're going to incorporate some black beans. We're going to incorporate some nice shredded cheese. But you'll notice that there's not so much cheese in this enchiladas recipe. Because I find that people tend to rely too much on fat for flavor in the recipes. And in these enchiladas, we're switching out that fat and we're putting the flavor in with some great healthy ingredients like the red chili peppers, garlic, onion, fresh sweet corn, fresh cilantro.
Excellent.
Yeah, so it should be tasty. I think you'll not miss that cheese. I think you'll think it's even better. Okay, so we said I'd already jumped ahead to step 2. We've got something here on the stove. Looks like onions and garlic and something else. And some red chili pepper. And the thing that you need to remember about chili pepper, I'm sure you already know, but unless you want your enchiladas super spicy, you need to take out the ribs and the seeds from those enchiladas before you chop them up and put them in there. Yes, go easy. You can always add more later, but it's hard to take it out. It is, that's for sure. Okay. And so I need your help on this, if that's okay. So we've got that in there. There's about 4 cloves of garlic, 1 medium onion, 1 red chili pepper, and we've basically sauteed them in a tablespoon of extra virgin olive oil for about 4 or 5 minutes. They're nice and soft, so we are ready to add about 3 10-ounce cans of store-bought enchilada sauce. Okay, and you can go with just about anything. I thought we were getting Bloody Marys here, but we'll go with the enchilada sauce instead. And this is a nice helpful step because you get to pick what you want, mild or spicy. You don't have to do everything from scratch, and it serves as a nice base for our sauce. Right. So we'll stir that around, and we're going to add to this 1/2 teaspoon of the garlic powder, please. Okay. Thank you. Okay. And 1/2 teaspoon of cayenne pepper, please. Cayenne. Thank you. And then we will add 1 tablespoon of fresh chopped cilantro. I just love the flavor. It makes everything so fresh. And then the last and final ingredient for our easy sauce is my crema fresca. It's my secret ingredient. All right. And you can get this from almost any store. No, it's not. You don't even have to. It's creme fraiche. It's my own original creation. Oh, so I love it. You're going to love it. It's fantastic. What it is 1/2 part low-fat sour cream, 1/2 part half and half, whisked together until it's smooth. And what it does is it gives the sauce a really nice, lovely color. It's going to mellow out the heat, and it's going to give a nice, deep, rich flavor to the sauce. All right, well, we're going to let this sauce work, and when we come back, we will put our enchiladas together for you. Don't go away.
We are back cooking up some great enchiladas using lots of fresh ingredients with Karen O'Brien from Reinventing Dinner. Karen, where are we?
We are going to toast some tortillas, Ori.
Okay.
Now, my husband is half Mexican, and he didn't understand why I needed to demo this part of it. But I am Lithuanian, Irish, English, and Swedish, and for everybody out there who has only toasted tortilla in their adult life, I wanted to demo it. Because as you can see, they cook fast. You don't want to burn them. A good friend of mine has set fire to her own kitchen several times, and this is one of the ways she did it.
Well, that's one way to encourage our kitchen renovation.
Right. So we just want to toast them. They turn a nice light brown color. They become a little more soft and pliable, easy to work with.
Yes. Okay, and so while you're toasting those up, let me start working on our enchilada filling.
Perfect.
We have, what do you want me to just mix all these things together?
Yep, we're going to throw everything in.
Okay, we've got our chicken. We've got our fresh corn, straight from the farmer's market. We've got our black beans. And then we're only going to use about half the cheese.
Right.
So we'll just take a little bit here, so we don't need it all, because we're going to top it with some of that, and then about half of the cilantro.
Actually, all of that's going to go right in there.
All the lovely fresh cilantro. Okay, going to mix this all up.
And what we want to do is incorporate about a cup of that sauce in there, which is about 4 of those spoonfuls. So
this looks just so delicious. The contrast and the colors between the chicken and the corn and the beans and the cilantro. And then we're going to add some of our sauce here. 1, 2.
And you do a great job with stirring that too. You don't want to crush those ingredients. And nice job.
You want to keep them all whole. We want to see the ingredients.
That's right.
And you can just see it just adds a little bit of extra color here to our ingredients. You fold that in, make sure everything's nice and covered up so we get all that lovely chili pepper. All right, and let's put these things together.
All right, perfect. I will grab that from you. This gets a little messy, but I think it's fun.
Okay.
So what we do...
This is great if you've got kids, too.
Exactly.
Put them to work.
And a towel nearby.
Yes.
Okay, so we just take one of our tortillas. We dip it in our sauce so that it's nicely coated. Looks good. And we put it on our plate. My hands are clean.
Okay.
And then we put in about a cup of our filling straight down the tortilla, just right in the center. Looks good. Don't want to overfill it too much.
Right, because then it'll all spill out at the end.
That's exactly right. And we just fold it over. And you might want to stick a little bit of sauce at the bottom of your casserole pan, too.
Just so that it doesn't stick on the bottom.
Exactly. And that looks good. We're going to put this in here and do it one more time. Looking good. There we go. All right, and I'm just making 2 of the enchiladas today, but the recipe on the website makes 8, which is great if you want to freeze some, because they freeze really beautifully.
And also because tortillas typically come in packs of about 8 or 10, so good to use them all up when you can.
Definitely.
Okay, so we wrap these up, and then we're going to put these in the oven to bake for just a little bit. How long are we going to bake them for?
We're going to put it on for 350 degrees. We're going to bake them for about 15 minutes, just until the filling is nice and hot and the cheese is nice and melted on top. You can put as much sauce on there or as little as you want. I like them saucy, so I like a lot of enchilada sauce in there. Some cheese. You don't have to put all the rest of your cheese. Keep it healthy. Looks great.
And you just used a pepper jack to give it just maybe another little hint of some heat.
Exactly. I like the spice. We're going to cover that over with foil and place it in our oven. And we have a batch that we did earlier.
Yeah.
So let's get that out. Ooh. And it's still a little warm. And see how this turned out. Looking good. So let's move this back here. And I'd like to show you just a real quick trick that makes these enchiladas, the presentation, a little bit more dinner party worthy.
Okay.
And that is just in a squeeze bottle, put some more crema fresca, and just make a little design on the top. You can be as artistic as you want.
Looks like it came straight from the restaurant.
And then you just add a couple of little fresh cilantro leaves and you are done. Healthy, delicious, and economical.
All right. Well, there you have it. A beautiful enchilada dish from Karen from Reinventing Dinner. Tell people again where they can get this recipe and so many more.
Reinventingdinner.com. Please check it out.
Easy enough. All right. We're going to dig in, and we'll be back with a whole lot more right after this.